What's up guys, it's Stay Coming, and today we're back for another episode of the Attack Blueprint. In episode 2 we talked about dealing with the defending clan castle, and today I thought we would talk about how to build and tweak your offensive clan castle for the greatest effect. We'll be focusing on ground attacks only. Air attacks are a completely different animal, and I still need some time to gather some of the best information for this. For 3-star meta attacks, there are what you would call standard CC compositions that people take to war. No doubt you've noticed some trends inside of your clan when people are issuing troop requests, and I'm here today to explain which ones are the best for certain attacks and also some minor tweaks that will give you a slightly different result. I'll be touching on Town Hall 8 through Town Hall 9, so I won't really be looking at Town Hall 10 today. The size of your clan castle can play a big role in terms of flexibility, so it should go without saying that your CC should always be max level for your current Town Hall. If you haven't done that already, get on it. So let's talk about Goho attacks first. Really, there are 2 meta options for Town Hall 8. Taking 5 max Hog Riders, or, and I can't do this, 4 max Bowlers and 1 max Archer. Taking max Hog Riders is going to give the back end of your attack a lot more powerful. The Hog Rider buff is going to protect these hogs, especially from being cooked by bombs and double giant bombs. And as long as you don't hit every single spring trap in the base, you'll be looking really good on your attack. Next, let's talk about Bowlers. Incorporating Bowlers actually creates a completely different attack called the Hobo. Bowlers will give you a significantly more powerful push, and for this reason, I would stay away from compact bases. You lack a jump spell, and personally, I don't like to use Quad Quake because you don't get to use a poison, and it just takes away a layer of security from your attack. You want to look for a compartment that will allow you to access roughly 30% of the base when you first enter. Bowlers are only good if you're in the middle of a large compartment and there's plenty of stuff around them to really just smash. Mind you, let's talk about quaking. Mind you, when you take a quad quake, what you're going to experience is a high risk and high reward scenario. So you need to be extra careful to set your funnel and to have extra wizards to come in behind to take out potentially a CC dragon or a baby dragon. Otherwise, your attack is going to be absolutely wrecked. Let's move on to Town Hall 9. For Town Hall 9, there exists 3 options. The first would be 6 max Hog Riders. The next would be 5 max Bowlers, and I have some in my clan castle right now. And the third would be a max level Golem. Now, first, the Hog Riders can go without explaining. The second though, in the current meta, Bowlers are dominating Town Hall 9. If you follow the Champions War League, most ground-based attacks and even some air-heavy attacks involve using CC Bowlers. I personally have a very high 3-star hit rate with Bowlers, but they do take some getting used to. Bowlers are inherently difficult to funnel, and in a future video, I will definitely be spotlighting the mechanics of this troop. Finally, the Max Golem. A Max Golem can be used if you are a newer Town Hall 9 player and you're trying to funnel a particularly high DPS side of a base where you can capture every necessary point defense with a single Golem. Usually, I advise against taking a Max Golem in your CC. The difference between a level 4 and a level 5 Golem is a combined 420 hit points when you take Golemite health into consideration. So the gain between a level 4 of your own and a level 5 is really not that much. If you're a developed Town Hall 9 with level 4 Golems, I do not suggest taking a Max Golem at all, which leads me to a major talking point that I have about the purpose for your offensive CC. Your CC should be geared to give you the greatest offensive advantage possible. Troops that have a mix between medium to high hit points and good damage output are ideal. One qualification should be the ability to survive a giant bomb or an air bomb. As a general rule of thumb, if it can be insta-killed, it is not a good clan castle troop. Now that we've talked about Goho, let's move on to some Valkyrie-based attacks. For TH8, you pretty much have one option, and that is 3 max Valkyries and 1 max Archer. These Valkyries definitely need to be max level. The difference between your level 2 Valkyries and a level 5 Valkyrie is 300 hit points, which is significant. Now, this is a little tweak here. Sometimes I see some people taking a Barbarian instead of an Archer, and I can tell you this is not an effective choice. The difference is minimal, but a Barbarian will almost instantly die when it enters the base. Also, because the Barbarian is slower than the Valkyrie, it will not potentially eat a spring trap for them, which I think some people are going for with this choice, but it doesn't happen. When you use an Archer, I have actually seen a single Archer survive for an entire raid because it stayed behind the Golem and the Valkyries. So it's a small optimization, but every bit can count. Let's talk about Town Hall 9 now. For Town Hall 9, things start to get interesting. The first option is what we like to call 33, and it involves 3 max Valkyries and 3 max Wall Breakers. This option should only be used when you intend to not take Wall Breakers of your own. If you have broken into a base, dropping additional CC Wall Breakers can end up breaking walls that you don't want to break, and this can unintentionally divert your kill squad. Keep in mind, when you do this, your Valks will end up running ahead of any golems that you have in your kill squad and aggro defenses that are slightly deeper in the base, or even a defending clan castle if you haven't pulled it yet. For this reason, I personally typically stay away from using 33 unless I'm going for a naked entry, meaning no golem, on a side of the base that is very easy to funnel, or if you're able to pre-funnel for free during a Queen Walk CC kill. In summation, using 33 decreases the full tanking potential of your golems in most cases. The next option, and this is what I consider to be the golden option, would be 3 max Valkyries, 1 max Giant, and 1 max Archer. When using a standard kill squad, you want your golems to go into the base first, aggroing all of the second layer defenses ahead of your Valkyries. This option gives you that. The Giant can then function as an extra tanking troop for your Queen, because it will lag behind your golems and your Valkyries, which will blaze straight ahead and go in deep into the base. Sometimes point defenses in compartments on either side of your kill squad will target your Queen, and this Giant is there to prevent that and help tank for her in the opening phase of your attack. Now let's swap to a naked entry. For a naked entry, the Giant can serve as a nice mini tank. It has 1300 hit points, and up against a couple point defenses, this can last for 8 to 10 seconds. While your funneling troops finish their job, your Valkyries can just walk straight up and beat through the wall. If you've done this right, your Valks should actually have taken little to no damage, and this is a really good place to be in if you're going for a naked, just basically Valkyrie entry. The biggest difference between this method and 33 is that 33 has a potential for a wall breaker fail. Small bombs placed 1 tile outside of a wall and mortars will potentially destroy your wall breakers, making that extra 6 troop space wasted. And I do not like wasting troop space in my offensive clan castle. Next, let's talk about some general rules of thumb for these two different attack styles. When you're using bowlers, you almost always want to take 2 golems. If your Queen is above level 20, having a third golem can also be very beneficial. If your queen is level 30, I highly suggest taking a third golem. Bowlers are only effective if they have proper tanking, so you may want to make sure that your front line is very substantial. Second, if you're investing your CC in bowlers, you may need to devote an extra spell to your kill squad. Whereas in a straight up Goho, you would use 1 heal and 1 jump. For a Hobo, you may want to add an additional rage or heal to get the full value from these troops. With bowlers, it's all about getting them into a high value position, and if they die before that, you didn't do it right. Let's talk about the Valks. As you get to know this troop better, you will become a better judge of when to use your first heal spell. Unless your Valks run over a double big bomb in your entry compartment, hold off on your heal spell until they make it into the next compartment at the earliest. Now that we've talked about the bowlers and the Valkyries, let's talk about how you can put these together. This is a bit tricky, and it's something that people kind of mess up, but it's all about timing and the order that you drop your troops. Here's an example, and let's pop over to our most recent war. I believe this is one of our newer players going in on number 13, Nikki. And he's bringing a Govaho with CC bowlers. Now he's going to come in on this top side with 2 golems and 8 Valkyries. Here come the golems here. There's a nice little funnel created, and he's going to get a pretty good break to go inside. But in this raid, the attacker drops his Valks a little bit early. And what you're going to see is they end up outrunning the golems and aggroing the CC. His bowlers then come behind, and that looks okay. But here comes the poison. The Valks are already out in front. And he ends up losing a pretty decent number to this dragon and these 2 balloons. The bowlers all went in, and this is a really, really good thing. And this is probably the part of the attack that people tend to mess up the most. So let's talk about how this messes up and how you can correct it. Nikki did it fine, but one part of it is something that I've seen people sort of screw themselves on. And that is, you want to wait for the golems to get inside, and you want to put the bowlers down first. Valkyries are faster than bowlers, and if your funnel isn't really, really wide, like Nikki made, the bowlers will then go down one side of the base and start to walk. And this is probably the biggest fail that you will see in this type of an attack. He 3'd, that's awesome, but he ended up losing quite a few Valkyries. I'm pretty sure he only has 3 left when he actually got over his jump spell, and he brought 8. So guys, letting those golems get deeper in and actually aggro the CC before dropping your bowlers and Valkyries, this is what is going to give you the greatest intended effect using this strategy. Anyways, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up for today. You know, I didn't show that much gameplay in terms of actual war attacks, but then again, I intend for my my style of video with this particular series to be more clinical and less full-on demonstrations of things. I'm definitely into sort of the war science, and but also I enjoy doing war recaps, and you're going to be seeing more of that. Also, big thanks to Nikki for using this composition. I know he didn't intentionally use it, but I caught this replay and I was like, this is something that I'm talking about right now. So thanks for that. He 6-packed this war and we're really grateful. Keep up the good work, man. Anyways, guys, take care. See you later.